Remember when I said that I was back and I was going to be making videos again? Oh, that was so funny. I don't know how many times I'm going to be coming back to you guys with the same message of like, hey, I'm depressed. But this one's different. I just wanted to take a moment, because I'm not going to get this down any other way, to film right now while I'm actively depressed, but really, really in it. Really in there. I am so deep. I've got all three of the triad of depression is with me right now. Hopelessness, helplessness, and worthlessness. And I think the tendency is like when I am this deep into it, when I'm so far into it, is to shut off the camera, just lay on the couch, be on the couch, and that's it. That's all. Like, that's my day. And I just watch YouTube videos to not feel the crushing pain of loneliness that comes with the depression, and the loneliness that's created by the lies and the stories that these emotional and thought hallucinations that happen in my head, how lonely they make me feel, and how worthless and how weightless they make me feel in this world, where I'm just one strong gust and I will blow off into the cosmos and I will be gone forever. And it is incredibly painful, and I use a lot of YouTube to distract me from that pain when I'm in that condition. So again, I'm back, and again, I know I talk about this is like I'm going to cycle through this, and I'm going to be depressed, and I really do want to talk about this while I'm like this, because it's just never talked about. It is incredibly painful. So I understand people who get out of their depressive episodes and they never want to look back. They don't want to look at it. They don't want it. They just want to pretend like that abyss is not there and that ledge isn't there. And they're going to walk as far inland away from that abyss as they possibly can in order to never remember what that pain was like. The thing is, it doesn't mean that we won't end up on that ledge again, or that we won't be at that abyss. And is it abyss? Are we necessarily falling in? I don't know. But there is this dark line that we are terrified to cross, and understandably, because it's scary, because it can be lethal, and it's painful. But I am feeling empowered in spite of being completely crushed internally by depression and feeling completely helpless and hopeless and worthless. This is the one thing that feels real and feels true to me in this darkness, as I am deep across that line. And I do not feel like I am falling into nothingness all the time, though sometimes it feels like there is nothing underneath me, because I am so weightless, because I feel so worthless, that I feel like that I have no impact on this ground. And so when I do get my feet on that dark ground, and I take a look around me, and when I survey the land, one thing that I do know is that even in this pain, we do still have power. We do still have capabilities. And we have these amazing opportunities to learn to hold that pain, learn to understand it, and know what it looks like, what it feels like, what shapes it takes within us and in our minds, in the shapes of an emotion or in a thought. And what does that pain make us think about ourselves and about the world around us? I guarantee you it's not going to be a cheerful message necessarily. Probably not. I'm pretty sure it never seems to be for me. But when we start to build that kind of relationship, that intimate relationship, so intense that we can show ourselves our darkest side of our nature, and when we are sometimes sucked into that side through depression, through trauma, through so many avenues where suddenly the world's been turned upside down, everything feels wrong, nothing feels true anymore, and everything feels like a lie. when we can't tell what is a lie and what isn't, that is our chance to also learn ourselves in one of the most intimate ways possible. To be able to know yourself and your pain so well that you start to learn that I'm feeling like this, I'm thinking this thought, or I'm having this feeling because I'm in pain, is one of the greatest powers that you can grant yourself when you are in this state. Because when you learn to hold your pain, when you learn to hold this pain for yourself, you learn to hold it for others too. And that is one of the most powerful gifts you will ever be able to give anybody who will ever need you in these times when they are floating in this darkness and they cannot find the ground under their feet. Being able to hold their pain is one of the few things that might help keeping them from being taken into the oblivion and get them back. I call this shadow walking. The only way you can ever do this for anybody else is you have to do it for yourself. You have to be able to say that I am hurting, that I am lonely, and I'm scared. We are so incapable of saying those things right now. And because of that, we are so incapable of helping the people who need us the most. And so I guess I'm making this message in these depths while my feet are on the ground to say, learn to hold your pain. Learn to walk on your shadow side. Learn what makes you hurt. And learn how to talk about it. Because for me, in this state, those are the only people that can help me right now. Those are the only people that can make a difference for me. Anything else doesn't feel like it understands. Any other messages outside of people who understand pain can help. But as I hold this, I know I am making myself a stronger shadow walker. Somebody who can walk on the shadow side and join people who are there too. Because you can't reach them if you don't even know how far you can go into that depth. So this is a call for other people to consider shadow walking. Be someone that walks on your dark side and learn it. Observe it. And if you choose to do this, make sure you have somebody on the outside, somebody who knows what you're doing, who knows what state you are in. Find a therapist, find a psychologist, find a help group, find people who understand depression either because they've experienced it and they are not afraid to look back, or find people who are professionally trained. I've had a lot of experience with amazing guides that have had lanterns to hold lights for me so that I can explore. And then I have learned from them how to hold my own light to things so that I can feel this intense pain and I can come back. Please find people to help. And for those who have no idea what I'm talking about, I hope that remains the case. So let me just say now, I'm okay. It's intense pain, but I'm still here. Even though I'm not okay, that's okay. I'm not going to hurt myself. I have people I can turn to if I feel too far deep. So I'm okay, even though I'm not okay. My thyroid will eventually stabilize at some point. I might become hyperthyroid and I'll be not okay in a whole other way, but I'll still be okay. This is just, a message in a bottle. Those of you who know exactly what I'm talking about, I think there are true gifts on our dark, on our shadow side, there is true gifts of immense power if we are able to learn, study, examine, and hold and accept these parts of ourselves, and we will gain tremendous power to help others if we do it. I guess that's a bright side to these moments.
So I got that going for me, which is nice.
So it's kind of a really intense comeback from such a hiatus, but I'm here. These videos help me, and I sure as hell hope they help you too. I love you guys, and I'll be making more videos soon. And until that time, go to outro.
Just gonna accept my loneliness, and I'm gonna go to an even darker place of nothingness. From an even farther, more extreme nothingness on my own. I need you guys.